from Kenya Forestry Services to be able to access, where was that? Karura Forest, and where did you go? We needed clearance from the Kenya Museum, Kenya National Museum. We needed clearance from KICC, you remember? We needed clearance from the Kenya Railways. We needed a permit from Kenya Film Classification Board. We needed clearance from the county government of Nairobi. Yearly, can you imagine? How many clearances did we need already? 6. 6 clearances before you could do a shoot on tourism. Those are actually so many clearances. And before we could take up anything, we had to get all those clearances. But I'm happy to say that we worked with those bodies, and by the end of the day, we are able to get clearances to be able to do the shoot in those regions, in those areas. And not just the clearance, they also waived the payments. Because the payments that are expected of every institution was so high. The payments are very, very high. We could not have afforded them at that particular time. So we are grateful to those institutions. They gave us clearance to be able to enter into their premises, and they also waived the payments that we were supposed to have. Then after that, now, it is again coming back to you to tell you now you can go. I remember it was very, very discouraging. You remember how it was back and forth, and I'm like, KWS, but they could not shoot, yeah? MKU, they sneaked in, eh? now I was like, you know, KWS, they're here. They're in the meeting. Or you just went to have a good time. We had a good time and utilized the time. So they did not sneak in. They did not sneak in. They went and they had a good time and utilized the time well. So all these were the challenges that we went through. But I think these challenges were also learning processes. Because now we know that next year, as we prepare for the next year award, we are actually closing today and starting to prepare for 2019. We now know exactly all the licenses that we need. We now know all the approvals that we need. We now know all the people that we need to talk to. We will not be going to look for so-and-so or where. You know who to go to. So we are better prepared than we were last year. That was a very good lesson to learn. It was also important for us to learn that, some of these institutions, are very, very important institutions. And we have decided that this particular program is going to be learning throughout the year, so that we are able to ensure that it is not just shooting and awarding the certificates, it is more beyond that. We are going to do sensitization of people in the media industry on issues of tourism across the year. So that we visit various universities, various colleges, sensitizing them on issues of tourism. Such that by the time they get to doing the shoot, they are already aware about tourism sites, tourism areas, tourism segments, yeah, and I didn't know, by the way, I didn't know nightlife in Nairobi is a tourism attraction. Yeah? I was like, every day, what is Matiang'i doing? Why can't he cross these things? Just to hear Madam Susan from county government saying that that's a tourist attraction. So those are the things that we're able to learn and we're able to understand. That this is a new generation, they have got new attractions, they have got new ways of doing things. We are learning, and they are also part of tourist attraction. The building we are seeing, these are business attraction, and they are also bringing a lot of foreigners into our country. That's another angle of tourist attraction. We learned all these things, and these things you're also going to learn them progressively as we move on. So it was a learning process. And I'm stepping because Madam Kezia is just coming in. Karibu, Madam. Yeah, karibuni. That's our director for tourism. Karibu sana. It's not an exam. Isn't it? Yeah, it's not an exam. It's part of life. It's interesting. Tourism is fun. Yesterday I was thinking, meditating about this. I could just see our CS. The way his stomach, I think, boils tourism. Because he speaks tourism so passionately, yeah? From his heart, from his spirit. When you speak about tourism, you feel it. Is there a witness in the house? Yeah? Is there a witness in the house? Do you see how our CS? Who is our CS for tourism, by the way? Huh? Najib Barab. That going forward in 2019, anything else, we will have that. That's the desire that we want to really bring it out. Another chapter. As I will get to the conference for the Ministers' Conference on Tourism, courtesy of the Ministry of Tourism, and I interacted with the East African Commission. They're saying, wow, why don't you do the East African Award? Are we ready? Yes. Are we ready? Yes. Yes. I also attended the Magical Kenya exhibition the same week, and I met some people who had come from South Africa. And they told me they'll be inviting us for an event in Namibia, where they do it with colleges in college-level students. Are we ready? Yes. Are we ready? Yes. So, actually, this thing is coming better. Is it? It's becoming better by the day. And I think we can even make it international towards there as we move on. So, this is the beginning. I remember when we started, and our committee was like, oh, are we going to make it? The time is too short. And we decided, no. This is the firstborn. How many of us are firstborns? I am a firstborn. Huh? You know what it means to be a firstborn? Yeah? Your mothers are experimenting how to beat children with you. Their mothers are experimenting how to put their pampers with you. Everything is an experiment on you. Isn't it? So you are our experiment, by the way. You are our firstborn. However, the firstborn is highly treasured. Parents love their firstborns. They treasure them. Because it is through their firstborns that they have learned being a parent. They are treasured and treasured. So we will treasure this particular group in a big way. Secondly, we also say that a seed. A seed, are we together? A seed. Out of that one small seed, we get a whole cob. Is it a cob? Of maize cob, yeah? And even that seed can produce even 3, isn't it? When you tumetoka kule Tanzania, there can even be 3 of them, yeah? So many seeds come out of one. If you look at a tree, one small seedling, or even the trees that are, germinate from a seed, they are born from a very small seed. And you are the seed. We decided that you are going to do this thing small because we are planting the seed. That's how precious you guys are. Very, very precious. You are the seed of this project. Yesterday, as I was meditating about that seed, I could see the tree of this award. The Elimu Student Video and Photography Award. The seed germinating, growing up into a tree. And you know what the tree does? The tree will produce some fruits, isn't it? Those fruits are the fruits that you are going to see, the fruits of tourism. The tourism industry is releasing a lot of fruits into our country. Who can name one of the fruit? A fruit from tourism? Yes, James?
Employment.
Employment. Another fruit?
Yeah?
Foreign exchange.
Foreign exchange. Another fruit? Entertainment. Revenue collection. And all that. These are the fruits that you're going to get from that tree. The tree provides, improve the environment. So this tree is going to improve the environment of tourism. The seed has got the stem. So it is the tree has got the stem. Stand strong with pride. So we are going to stand strong and with pride as a Kenyan country on tourism agenda. Are you seeing the tree? Look at this tree that we are going to grow. This small seed is going to bring forth. Our roots are going to go and spread deeper and deeper. They'll spread from Nairobi to national, East Africa, Africa, and to the world out of this seed. That is how important you people are. And as I said, we may look like a small group, but we are a very, very important group. Hey, turn to your friend and tell me I'm very important. I'm the seed of this program. And look at that tree. That tree that is giving us a lot of good results. That is what we want to focus on. The tree that is going to germinate from this tree, from this seed spirit, so that as every day we become agents of change in our tourism industry and our tourism agenda. And this particular program is going to really help us to be able to do exactly that. Allow me, because of time, I don't know whether I can be able to invite Madam Kezia. Hope she's ready. I want to introduce her to the group. This is a very important lady in my life. Number one, Madam Kezia is our director for the Ministry of Tourism. Who is Kezia? Look for Kezia around. Are you seeing her?
Yes.
Are you seeing her?
Yes.
Just looking at, it's me. Oh, I'm seeing people looking at me. Madam Kezia is a very humble lady. I met her in our conference, the conference we hosted, the first conference for high school students. She came to our conference, very humble, and you know, she's an amazing lady. No, let's make it into video. We discussed, we wrote letters, we did what? No, that, also we include the photography, and by the end of the day, we started. And together she has walked the journey with me to today. So Madam Kezia, I'm humbled, and I want to invite you to talk to this group. Karibu sana. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. We are live on Elimu TV and also Facebook.
Good afternoon. Yeah. As you've been told, you've already been told my name and several other things about me. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that we are finalizing this chapter. Yeah. And I'm sure you're also excited. Yeah. Later on, we'll be really seeing the practicals of the whole event, of the whole competition. But right now, I just want to thank Jane for what she's done and just made this thing possible. I'm one of those people who were saying, hey, we have a very short time, maybe we should push it. But she said, well, let's just start. As she's saying, we start small, and then from there we grow. And she has already told you how it's going to grow. Already there's two. So my name is Minister, and of course he's got passion for tourism. I'm also aware that you're not students of tourism, yeah? You're all students of film, all of you, isn't it? Yeah, so we really want you to also consider tourism as one of the things you can do, not necessarily in your career, but you know, and there's a way that a person who's filming and taking photos, if you're a student of filming and you are thinking of tourism, there's a way you take that photo. If I tell this little boy to stand there and you're just filming the little boy, if you're from tourism, there's something you'll be looking at. Yeah. So you may tell him, okay, remove your jacket or put your hand this way. Or you may look at the room and say, okay, stand somewhere here, because you're also branding him as you're taking the photo, isn't it? Yeah, so we will really be sharing more about tourism so that even as you start doing your filming as a career, you always look at tourism as part of what you can also be doing in combination with the filming. I don't think I want to say a lot here. I want to talk as we look at the earlier about how the videos came out and how the photography also was done. Eh? Yeah, I don't know, most of you are first years, isn't it? Or second or third? Or finished? Eh? Oh, okay, there's first years, second and third, eh? Isn't it? There's no third year? There is, eh? They're there. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think I want to leave more of the time for us to discuss the real, actual thing that we needed to have done, or what we did right, or what's where the gaps are. Eh? We are not professionals in filming, eh? But from our point of view, there's a way we look at it. Always test yourself from somebody who's not from your profession, eh? And there are things they can see which those in your profession may not see. So I don't want to say much. I'm just glad to be here. We'll be talking more after you've seen some of the videos we have. Eh? Thank you very much, Jen.
Thank you so much, Madam Kezia. As I said, she's one of my biggest mentors in this. Actually, Madam Kezia, I'm now in tourism because of you, and I'm happy. Thanks. We're going to move quite fast because of time and because you have so much to cover. Karibuni sana watu wa Talanta. You're welcome. I want to invite somebody else who has also walked this journey along with us, and this is a friend. He has also become a good friend, a very close friend. Mr. Nyamai has really learned with this as well, with this group in MKU, and wants to give you this opportunity to tell us how easy, how difficult, how challenging, how exciting, and how fulfilling was this process. Karibu sana. Let's give him a
Then she told me, no, there is more than that. And what was essence is when she talks about issues of photography. Photography is part of hospitality, travel and tourism, which is Nyamai in and out. Because my first degree, my second degree, and the third one is the same in tourism management. So when I hear anything about photography, I see the beauty of different destinations. I've attended several conferences, not only in Kenya, and I've met the CS, who is a very energetic, handsome minister we have for tourism. Then the previous one, Maurice Nzoro, who was ahead of me in my master's class when he was doing his PhD. I listened to his thesis, and I think he still had a strong passion. And the finishing baton was given to our Honorable Minister Balala, who I very much adore. And I think he's doing his best. Potential. When the government devolved the counties, we moved from the 8 provinces. We need to carry out a sensitization to tell the county, hey, can you work our counties? What can we do back there to make sure that we bring forth the resources that God has given us naturally, and the ones we can also bring about innovation and create and attract customers, both domestic and international. Go out there, take photos and all that. Then I asked, how do I tell the student to do it? Do it in a better way, such that it's information to somebody far away from Kenya. Then I lobbied for my students. It had to come up with students, but then few we got. We were lucky that time. We appreciate MKU. They gave us a very nice car. We went to Karura Forest, spent a whole day. Some of them had not even been to Karura. They could not imagine how beautiful that place is. And as we were going through, because I teach sustainable tourism, I was telling them, look at the beauty of this place. Then across the other side, there's an exotic forest where man has encroached and destroyed the beauty of that. Then they were like, yes, there's a big difference. So I told them, that's exactly what we need to bring out and tell people, the essence of conservation. So please, without wasting much time, there's been a lot of challenge, but thank God, the students were like, when is the awarding day? Nyamai, you lied to us. I told them, please, no, please, just be patient. Patience pays. The other day, I want to appreciate Director Kezia, who has played a role in making our curriculum. We have invited her several times in MKU. She's a great impact, not only here, but even outside, in the arena of academics. We brought on board a unit called Photography in Tourism Management. So we are very much home when you talked about that. MKU is so much interconnected with the industry. We don't just teach any unit. We go out there and look at the stakeholders and ask them, what is that you want me to give my student such that tomorrow, when they come knocking looking for a job, they are relevant? That's exactly what we are teaching at MKU. And I'm very grateful to be here. I want to be very much part and parcel of this with Talanda, and then we go together and grow the tourism sector. Otherwise, thank you very much and God bless.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I think I want to also, if I invite Talanta, I want to invite a very special girl, Mercy. Mercy was a group reader. She was a student reader at NIPS. And NIPS was going through exams during the time that we are introducing this. I went there, I had a presentation to the students. She was able to keep them in touch. Come on, let's move on, let's not give up. And they were able also to do a video for presentation. So Mercy, I want you to talk on behalf of the students and tell us some of the things that you've learned, some of the challenges, some things that really annoyed you guys, so that you're able to apologize and do. But I think we have said, a seed must die, yeah? A seed must rot, yeah? All these are the things that are really happening to all of us at this stage. Karibu sana, Mercy.
Thank you, Madam Jane. Yeah. As she said, I'm Mercy. I was in NIPS technical. Now I'm not, because we finished with my crew here. We were 8 of us when we started. You see, there were exams, internal, externals. People had different interests, so we were a lot of us when she approached us. But me and my eight-member crew, we decided why not take this opportunity, maybe, and see where this takes us. So we started out, and you see, when you're having exams and you're in a school that majors mostly in journalism town campus, so a lot of people are using the equipment, and don't have a lot of cameras. We had like 7, I guess, and you see the problem with people booking and all that. So like we tried and tried, sometimes we'd book and find other people booked, and they tell us that because you guys are doing something that is, okay, it's helping you, but it's not helping the school in general, because you see other students want to use it, and they're doing the exams, you see, and they've paid for the exam, so of course they were the priority. So we struggled, we got to a point, we gave up. I texted her, I told her, this thing is getting difficult, because for as much as you want to do this, there are so many other factors that are maybe choking us, we can't do it. But even before we even did that, we went to Nairobi National Park, we had fun, we met with Talanta. I didn't even know we were having MKU until okay, she told me, but I never met any of you until today. I know. So like, we went there, then there was this issue. You see, when you're working with government, there's a lot of paperwork going on. They'll give you the name, maybe they'll... Okay, I know they have the best interest at heart, but you see, you just have to go through some processes before you get stuff done. So that was the main factor why we gave up for one. Alafu for two, the problem with equipment. But God has been great, has been gracious. We've been through that all, and still we are here. We didn't manage to do exactly what we wanted to do, but we did what we were able to do at that point. I know most of you did that, because I know there are so many factors, like Ukona, a lot of things. People are looking for internship for those who finished. So there are people who would side hustles, because maybe there are some people who pay for their rents and whatever, you get. So like, I thank God for today, because even my crew was asking me, Sasa, Like here we are with them in Nibs, Maggie and Zoom. So we are grateful for this opportunity. We are grateful to you, Madam Jane. And I know, for as much as we had a hard time, I know she had the worst time, because you see, organizing this thing is not that simple. It should have been very too. And she's grateful. She's not here, but she's very grateful. So thank you guys for coming and being the firstborns. I know we are going to make it. We are going to make it great. Cindy, we are going to make it big. Cindy. Yeah, so thank you for this chance, Madam Grace. I will appreciate Madam Jenny.
Okay, thank you so much. Asante sana. And I think those are the challenges that all of us are facing, but they also make us grow. As I said, it's a seed that was being made better. For a seed to be able to germinate, it has to go through all these processes. And I'm happy we are accepting to go through this panel beating and all that. So I want to invite the Edwin first, then we can invite Paul to tell us what was your challenge. What was it like? Talanta has been one institution we've walked a journey with for quite some time now. We were in the same compound along Thika Road for about 5 years. So we are brothers and sisters. We walked through a lot of things. We work together in every event that we have, and I'm very honored even for now. They told us we will be in it through.
Then goes into the future. So I'm Edwin Kuria. I'm the principal at Talanta Institute. And I must say, when Jane approached us with this idea, in fact, because it was a very noble idea, and for the first time, I was happy that creatives, which I believe is every person in this room, creatives are the people who tell our stories best in every situation. And that's the story that we need to tell of our country. We have a very beautiful country. We have the best stories, some of the best things happening here. You know, even right now we've come from another showcase by some other creatives. You know, very good things happening in Kenya. But the only way that as Kenyans we can find this out, or even those outside can find out about Kenya, is if we are the ones who are taking charge of the narratives and not letting that every time that the stories go out there, they're the negative stories. We have so much beauty, and I think you guys were able to see that when you are looking around and working on your projects. For the photography, for the videography, you know, I appreciate the challenges that you went through. You know, I felt like I was part of the challenges, because when my students were out there, and at whatever time they were doing that, we even up to the night. I know there's a group that even did a project that ran all the way to almost midnight, because they could not believe that they were going to leave before finishing what they were doing. And you know, even if you get any of those challenges that you found, or maybe access or restriction, first of all, the fact that you chose not to give up, I'm glad I had. No, I'm up for the task. You didn't care what you had as an idea is now tangible. It can be seen. It's visual. It's something that we can communicate, and we can only hope to see this continue to grow even more. You know, next year I know we'll do much more. We'll do it even in a bigger way, but the journey has to start from somewhere. So I think you're all champions. I love the initiatives that you took going forward. And as Talanta Institute, we are ready to walk the journey with you, Jane. We are ready to walk the journey with the Ministry of Tourism as well. See what we can do, because we have various creatives and all of us have a niche. We can find a niche. And in storytelling, and even in journalism, we have tourism journalism. Let that be the story that goes out there. Let's understand what else is happening. Not just, I'm not saying wildlife is bad. We have wildlife, but that narrative has been told for a long while and we know about it, right? What else is happening here? What are the sporting activities that are happening here? What are the film festivals and activities that are happening here? What else? What else can we show in Kenya? Because you'll be surprised that there's a lot more that brings people to Kenya than the wildlife. So we need to communicate this to the world. We need to communicate this to other Kenyans, because even fellow Kenyans, some of our fellow Kenyans do not know the beauty that our country holds. But it needs to start from us. And I'm very grateful for having thought of Talanta when you were thinking of the event. We can only hope to see better, and I'm glad that you're all here. So give yourselves a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Edwin. And my brother now, Paul. Paul is the director for Talanta, and a very, very great creative. by himself. Very, very good creative. He has a page that he calls, what Kenya? Amazing Kenya. I remember when he was starting it, he passionately talked about it. I think you need a cup of tea with the CS. Madam Kezia, this guy needs a cup of tea with the CS, because he has such something boiling about Amazing Kenya. And he even started a page, yeah, that is called Amazing Kenya. And I think those two connected together, they could really make tourism a world, yeah? Karibu.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jen, Madam Kezia, MKU team, and NIBS team, led by Mercy. Elimu, Jen, we really appreciate you, and thank you for this forum. And I was trying to write something to talk about, and I was telling Edwin, I hope as you write yours, you're writing mine. And I could not figure out, so I decided I'll just give a small story, then I see it. But as I was sitting there, when I was about to come up, it hit me how, at one time I watched a video about a hotel in Dubai called Burj Al Arab. When I saw this video, it was very interesting, and I watched it over and over. I'm like, you must have. Okay. That's Jeff, the DJ. So when I went to Dubai, I couldn't wait to go to this hotel. Then I had to, you have to have something. You can't just walk in. You can't even walk in. It's in the sea, huko ndani. You can either only drive in, they have a drive, you don't have much money. But I had to go there. I think almost 3,000 tina to cookies. Yeah. Of course, they have some very fancy way. But why did I go to this hotel? It's out of a video I watched. So that tells you the power of film, the power of photography, and the things that we are doing here. And this journey could be a very great movement that we are starting here. We've just come from another film festival called the Kenya International Sports Film Festival. And it was a big deal, just showing what you can do through sports. And so when I look at this, I see this as a great movement that we are starting. Like you all have said, starting and pioneering is very difficult. It's very tough. Even me getting to get all our students to participate was tough, pushing. Of course, not those who are here. Those who are not here, it was very difficult to convince them. And then even some did the project, they didn't even submit. So the following day, like, Misiko submits, oh, the deadline ilifika. I also gave up at some point, and I was like, I don't care. Follow I submit, that's enough. So, but that's how difficult sometimes it is to push people, to drive people, and to start something. To move out of that and know what is our biggest resource as a country. Our biggest resource is actually me and you, people, human resource. So that's why as you come here, we'll do projects and we'll do great things that will actually people will come to see more than even the wildlife. And it's good as we market that, it's good as we talk about all these things. And right now we were talking about sports, and sports is really marketing Kenya in a big. But tomorrow people will be coming to watch your films. You'll be doing films that will go to big awards in Cannes, in Zanzibar Film Festival. So I'm challenging you as film and photography students to just see yourself as a tourist attraction. Okay? We need at some point forward to many more years and of doing this festival or these awards, to where maybe in future it will become a festival. You never know. We'll have a 3-day festival, and then it culminates into this award ceremony. So thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Wow, that's a big prophecy, yeah? Festival, yeah? Let's keep that in mind, because that's where we are going. So we're good, and we are progressing quite well. I saw we saw ourselves there live. So we are live on Elimu TV. We are live on Elimu Facebook page, and also on our YouTube page. Is that so, Jeff? So share the pages. Tell your people to tune into Elimu TV. Tell your people to tune into our social pages, so that they can also celebrate with us this particular moment. So as we move forward, these are words of wisdom that we are getting from each one of us, and let's treasure them. into our hearts, because we're going to become agents of change. We are becoming tourist activists, yeah? We are becoming the light. We are lighting the light. And don't cover it. We must uncover it and pass it on to the next people. Last time we were at KWS. I want to recognize somebody from KWS. Yeah, thank you so much. Salimia Kinameri and Paul, when you go back. Yeah, yes, we are there. We were there, and actually they called us this morning and they said they are looking forward to starting over the project as soon as possible. So karibu sana. So these are words that we need to really treasure and be able to move with them. So at this moment I want to invite again Madam Kezia. She's going to present to us some videos from her library. Videos on tourism from her library, so that we can see some videos that have been done before by people on tourism and see, did we get somewhere near to that? Did we get somewhere closer to that? Where are we? So I want to invite Madam Kezia and her team to join us here, and our technical team will help them to be able to put it up so that we can be able to present those videos. Yes, so those videos, so that we see good videos that have been done by other people on tourism, and say, did we get somewhere closer to that? Is it somewhere we can get to? Can we reach there? And let's see where we can go to. So karibuni sana, Madam Kezia and your team. Yes, karibu. So words of wisdom.